Hello, everyone. Welcome to the TubCast. Sorry for the bit of a late start, but you know how it is around here. 15 minutes is actually not that bad for a late start for me. Usually it's more like 45. But hi Lilith, how are you doing?
Hello, Dev.
Hello.
It's good that we're not too late today.
It's good that we're not too late today.
Yep, because today we got a special guest.
A special guest. You're currently known on the internet as Bill Clinton Kid. Hello. How would you
Right.
introduce yourself?
How are you guys doing? It's great to talk with you guys, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So, I guess it's not really doxing since everyone knows who you are now. Your real name is Matan Evan, right?
Right.
Right. And you are currently going viral on the internet for being the Bill Clinton kid, the kid who crashed the Game Awards 2022 to nominate the Reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
You're a
Right.
true acolyte.
Right. Yeah. By the way, the chat already loves you. And to be fair, so do I. Like,
Yep.
you're like what, 14 years old?
Right. I'm 15 years old as of right now.
Right. So when I was 15, I also did a lot of trolling. I didn't really get on TV. Like I didn't go that far. But I would have. I never had the opportunity. So I remember what it was like to be like a trolling teenager, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who are kind of giving you flack right now
You
for what
know,
you did.
and
But
not to interrupt, but I
sorry.
wouldn't say that it's completely a troll. I think that there is a lot of genuine message behind it, and I think that
Okay.
it wasn't just a troll.
All right. Tell me about the genuine message.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Us.
So a lot of people have taken the wrong message and called me anti-Semitic, or that I'm some type of alt-right person, but that's actually not true. I'm actually Jewish myself, and I
Mhm.
think that a lot of the message behind it is that I was just immensely devastated by the fact that Bill had been left out of the Game Awards, and I kind of just thought it was horrible. I did not see him there. I did not see him nominated, so I decided to take it into my own hands.
All right.
That's very true. Bill Clinton is a very iconic character, and
Listen.
one we all like to see more contents of.
Listen. I don't know if you actually no, you're too young. I don't know, Lilith, if you saw back in the day gaming in the Clinton years. That was a great show.
Yeah.
That was a great
Like-
show. The chat is just fucking laughing at this and how. Okay, so
I'm pretty sure there was like a game about Bill Clinton's cat too, wasn't there?
I game up Bill Clinton's cat. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what is actually your story then, Matan?
Yeah.
The message, or how I did it, or
The whole
can you be a
thing.
little bit more specific?
Oh yeah, all of it. I want to hear every detail.
Yes. From
Like
Right.
the
So
day you were born.
yeah, the day you were born. No, go on, man. Go on.
right. So it was maybe like a week before the actual event took place, and I decided after seeing the nominations, I was very excited. I was looking forward to maybe voting myself on their website for Bill. I did not see him nominated for any awards. I was devastated. I looked at their Twitter. I had not seen that they invited him, and I think it's kind of just a general disrespect to somebody who should have so much inherent respect that he did not have any, especially from such a big TV event. So I decided to I bought a ticket from their website,
Mhm.
and then I did what I did.
Right. So there's been a lot of like autismos on the internet who have been going over the footage, and they noticed that you just kind of slipped into the background during the final walk
Right.
behind the Elden
Yeah,
Ring
you just
guys.
walked up the aisles.
Yeah.
Like
There was really like
you were supposed to be there, and
Yeah.
basically you did an Assassin's Creed trick on them.
An assassin.
You blended in.
Yeah. So like there was no like security or anything stopping you. I guess just like no one even said anything, eh? You just went.
Well, I bought a ticket, and I positioned myself in a good area. I thought God of War would win, just from like a good guess, which didn't end up being so good. So I sat about 15, 20 rows behind them, which would take me 10 seconds to get to them. And then when Elden Ring won, I had to come up from the same aisle, but make a little turn to, I think, what was my right. And then when I walked up with them, I patted them on the shoulder, told them good job, and I think they thought that I was with the Game Awards, and the Game Awards thought I was with From.
Damn. Yeah, that really is like a stealth 100 move.
Nobody suspected a thing.
Yeah. Were you nervous at all, like actually trying to pull it off?
No.
Really? Like
Yeah,
being in front of all the cameras and all of it? Be on the stage? Nothing? Damn.
You know, I wasn't really that nervous. I had kind of been planning it for a little while. You know, I wasn't gonna buy a ticket and not have it work out. So, you know, I knew it would happen. You know, if anything, I was a little bit more not nervous, but I was anticipating a reaction from the people, and clearly it worked. I think Bill Clinton, hopefully himself, saw it, and maybe I will talk to him one day.
Oh, dude, that'd be
Very
based.
disappointed how he hasn't even issued a statement on this yet.
Yeah.
Like, he should just come out and congratulate you, because he won. He won the Game Awards.
He won the Game
Yeah.
Awards, yeah.
He got nominated.
So, what was it like afterward? Because there's that one little clip where like people have enhanced the audio where security finally got to you and they were like, "Listen, you can't just leave. You got to come with us." So, what happened at that point?
Right. So, you know, I finished my speech. A lot of people think that maybe I had more to say, and that's not true. That's all I wanted to say. I just had that quick little speech. I knew that obviously I wouldn't have forever to talk, so I'd kind of mastered what I was going to say, you know, in the past week before. You know, the security took me obviously to the back, and then, you know, as Jeff Keighley stated on his Twitter, he said I was arrested.
And you actually were arrested?
Right. I'm not sure exactly how much I can comment on that, but
Oh,
I
yeah,
would
of course,
say
of
that
course, of
what he
course.
said is very reliable.
Right,
How
right.
long
So,
were you arrested for?
well, Jesus Christ, hold on, Lilith. Like, listen, I don't want you to say anything that would actually get you in trouble. If there's
That's
legal
that's fine.
proceedings,
That's-
like, yeah, like, damn. But no,
I don't think you would have gotten in trouble for how long. For saying
Well, I
how
don't-
long, but it's fine.
yeah, it's entirely up to you what you want to say about the arrest experience, because I don't want you getting in trouble, man. So whatever you want to say.
Right. You know, I probably won't say too much on that part. I think that there's been a lot of comments. You know, Jeff Keighley obviously is a reliable source of information. So.
All right. And speaking of that, what was he like? Like, did you get a chance to talk to him? Was he like pissed at you, or?
No,
looked pretty
I never
pissed.
spoke to him. Obviously, I've seen the clip right after I talked. You know, he did not seem too pleased about it. You know, my intention wasn't to make him angry, but obviously, I did what I had to do.
Yep, fair enough. Fair enough.
Gotta spread that message.
Yeah, we got a $5 from Chaos Lear Len. We know he's an expert on Bill Clinton, but does he have any information on Bill Clinton's wife? Oh,
Oh
what do you
no.
know? What do you know about Hillary?
Gotta be careful about that.
Yeah, you might end up with 2 bullets in the back of the head suicide if you talk about Hillary Clinton, dude.
Right. You know, my comment on Hillary would be that, you know, I was asked this yesterday in another interview. I don't look at Hillary and Bill the same way. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Hillary. I'm not saying I don't like her or like her. I'm more of just a Bill Clinton fan as of right now when it comes to politics. I believe that what we need to do is kind of just get rid of the entire House, get rid of the Senate, and get rid of the maximum of 2 terms, and then we would be living in a much better world.
All
Have a
right,
Bill Clinton dictatorship forever.
the Bill Clinton dictatorship, the God Emperor.
You know,
Bill
I
Clinton.
don't think that he would turn it into a dictatorship. I believe that if he had the complete control over every government in the world, you know, we would still be living in a time where, you know, everything is going up. We can look at things like the economy under Bill Clinton, where the GDP, the AFL, the ABC, all of it went up, you know, around 2,000% under him. And then when he was left office, as of right now, it's decreased about 500,000% in places like the cars.
He
Yeah.
did balance the deficit a lot during his term.
Yeah, listen. So I'm actually old enough to have been like a kid during the '90s and in the Clinton years, and they were those were 8 good solid years. You know, like I got to admit that you're pretty spot on with this. Like those were the '90s were great. You got the nifty '90s. Everything's up. The economy, the best video games are coming out. You got like really hot '90s alt girls. Like everything was great in the '90s, man.
When Bush was elected, the timeline shifted.
Yeah, some things changed. Okay, so you've been going around and talking to other other people getting interviews. You're kind of a hot topic right now. Who else have you spoken to, and how have they been?
Right, I did an interview yesterday with a Twitch streamer.
Mhm.
And then from there, I've talked with a couple news companies. I've talked with, I think, Polygon, Forbes, some other people, Kotaku, and I don't remember all of them on the top of my head, but I've talked to some of them, and hopefully I will get to talk with some other people, such as Hassan, Vosh, maybe some college professors. I will try to make stuff like that happen.
Oh, so do you have like any other interviews that you have already lined up, like for sure, or is it all in the air right now?
Well, a lot of the important ones are a little bit up in the air, but if it works out in my favor, there will definitely be some interesting ones.
Right, right. Fair enough, man. And is your let's say is your long term goal to move into streaming or something? Because I did link your Twitch in the description of the video, because you do have a Twitch, you do have a Twitter, you do have like I think you have a TikTok as well. Like you have like an online presence for sure. Are you gonna try to parlay yourself into being an influencer of some kind?
Right, I would definitely like to potentially do some streams. As you said, you did link my Twitch and my Twitter, so to everybody, who wants to, I would definitely recommend following both of those. And I think that depending on what happens, especially with the interviews and how the rest of this will go, there will be some more stuff in the future.
Right, right. God, the chat is saying don't go near Vosh, you're underage. Guys, calm the fuck down. Oh god. Oh god.
So, like, what's your favorite thing about Bill Clinton? Is it the saxophone?
Is it the saxophone?
I think that if we look at actual data that has been studied from very reliable places such as Harvard, MIT, Rabang, all of that has showed that there is an immense amount of truth coming out of Bill Clinton's mouth. People have said, I remember when Trump was the president, that he was a dishonest man. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with that, but if we look at the actual statements from Bill Clinton, his promises, there is an immense amount of honesty from him, and he was, truthful and over 100% of his statements.
Over 100%. That's a lot of percents, guys. Listen. So, let me just see here. I wanted to pull something up real quick. Do I have it? I might not have it. Shit. Listen, chat, you know that I'm never actually ready for anything. Okay, so if you actually scroll back on your Twitter, can I even pull it up? No, I can't really pull it up. I haven't set up for that. But on your Twitter account, yeah, you have some pictures of like the current drama, the current happenings. But before that, you had been talking about like the Stop Asian Hate hashtag that was happening last year. Before that,
Right.
you had done some Hong Kong stuff. And before that, in 2019, you were much younger. You were on Infowars. So what is the Matan Evans story when it comes to your prior activism or your prior, let's say, events?
Right. So, it all started, I think it was October of 2019. I had another moment similar to this one. It went a bit viral. I held up a free Hong Kong t-shirt at the opening game in the NBA. I was on, TV. So there was a lot of news about that. A couple articles from, Fox, Time Magazine.
Mhm.
I did some interviews with that. And a lot of people are maybe misunderstanding. I did go on Infowars. I'm not saying I do agree with them or I don't agree with them. I did go on to talk with the host Owen Schroyer about the stunt that I had pulled, and then I went on again shortly after to discuss with him another stunt I pulled at BlizzCon. I got up and I started yelling "Free Hong Kong" because they had been ensued in some drama.
Mhm.
And then I went on one final time. I don't think the clip is still out there, but I was just like I almost got banned, and he was just trying to help me out with that one.
Got banned
Right.
from what exactly?
A lot of my YouTube videos were getting banned, and I had a couple of warnings just for using some clips they deemed violent, but they had already been out there by other people who were not getting banned.
Oh, so like Hong Kong protest clips, like people getting the shit kicked out of them by police, stuff like that.
Right.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I understand.
So you did crash the World of Warcraft event in 2019. What was that like?
That one was interesting. It wasn't this similar as this one because there was no seats for your ticket. You just kind of go over there and sit wherever you want. And there was no specific moment I had to pull the stunt like this one where I had to do it at the end for the most amount of people watching. I kind of just got up and started talking.
Yeah,
For
because they had
this,
yeah.
for this one, pretty
Oh,
much
sorry. Go ahead.
everything had to go perfect for you, didn't it? Like, I was just surprised, like, no security ever, like, because at any point when you were walking up there, walking up the stage, or standing behind them, at any point security could have walked in and escorted you off of the premise.
Right, you know, I studied a couple of the previous Game of the Year winners, especially before COVID, and I had kind of gotten a good idea of where I should sit and how I should walk and, you know, everything like that.
You were just standing behind there and very politely let Miyazaki finish and everybody finish your speech before walking
Right.
up.
He did have like those eyeballs of like, what the fuck is this kid doing? Like drilling into the back of your head. That was
Right, you know,
Yeah.
I don't have a, you know, I didn't mean to ruin his speech. I see a lot of people saying that. I disagree. I feel like, if anything, there's been a lot more media attention on him and his speech. Maybe even giving him a little bit of fun with it. I actually didn't exactly. I had heard of his name. I didn't know that he was the one talking. So I just kind of been waiting for whoever to finish.
Oh, have you played Elden Ring?
Yeah, I played it for like 10 minutes. I'm not a big video game player anymore.
oh, fair enough. Fair enough. So someone in a super chat asks, "Do you see yourself as oh god, do you see yourself as playing a character? Because I wonder what you will become an adult. Because I wonder when you become an adult, will you still speak in this way at 25 or 30? I wish you well."
Right, you know, there's been a lot of questions about my accent. A lot of people think it's fake, but I'd like kind of just to denounce that. You know, it's actually not a fake accent. A lot of people have been looking at old clips of me. Obviously, my voice has developed in the last year and a half since I posted about the Free Hong Kong, where my voice was actually different. And you know, I've had this accent for, you know, at least a couple of days now.
Jesus Christ.
It's the power of puberty.
The
Gave you
power of
that accent.
puberty. Okay, I think you're going to go far with this. I think because it's really fucking funny what you do, man.
Yeah, I
Right.
like it.
um. Okay, so I did want to point out something from earlier in regards with the Blizzard Hong Kong thing, right? Because there were like a number of kids who basically shouted "Free Hong Kong" because of like there was the whole Blitz. You must know the story yourself since you were involved in it. There was the Blitzchung drama, and then people are getting banned, and then like eventually Blizzard just had to
Right.
let people, you know, protest the way they wanted to protest.
Right.
What
So
was?
essentially, what happened with the Blizzard, you
Mhm,
know, I had done the Clippers T-shirt with the Free Hong Kong a little bit, and I had kind of talked about, you know, the movement. I was still an avid supporter, and I still am. And
mhm,
so essentially, what happened is somebody bought me a ticket to BlizzCon. I went back on the second day, and there was maybe like 20, 30 people outside protesting. Many of them obviously didn't buy tickets because they didn't want to support them. I had just been given a ticket, so I went in there and I got ready.
nice, nice. So in okay, hold on, Jesus.
Are
My,
you
my
banned from the Game Awards now?
okay, yeah, good question. My brain just farted. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, I don't think I've received anything, but I'm assuming they probably don't want me back there or the Microsoft Theater.
Yeah. So if you decide to go for 2023, they'll just be like, nope, you're not getting in. Nope.
Probably.
Yeah. Um.
This
uh,
whole thing pretty much makes them look pretty bad in general.
well, yeah, because like I mean, you obviously you weren't intending to do anything malicious, but if you were, like that's a pretty bad situation for them that they let it happen.
Yeah.
You know.
There were
Um.
some
Right.
people throwing conspiracy theories out there saying you are some kind of like this is all planned. This is you were part of the stunt that the Game Awards is trying to pull for extra publicity, but I just don't think that's a thing
Yeah.
because
That you're
heck,
like actually like Jeff Keighley's kid, and like he planned this to make like more drama. I've heard that. It's like Jesus Christ, guys, calm down.
Right. You know, I haven't heard that many rumors about it. More speculation, false speculation that I'm an anti-Semite and
Hmm.
you know, an alt-right troll. None of that is true. Again, I'm Jewish. But in terms of that, you know, that's obviously not true. You know, Jeff actually announced on Twitter that I was arrested.
Yep.
So that would be kind of a weird thing for anybody to pull.
Yeah. No. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, Flamenco, I'm sure the chat all knows who Flamenco is. Flamenco messages me, and he says, Flamenco asked me to ask you if you know that you're doing a really good Benjamin Netanyahu impression.
Right, I'm actually a little bit Israeli myself. I
Mm.
do know who Benjamin Netanyahu is, and I'm not trying to do an impression of him, but it might sound like him.
Oh,
You're
fair
not gonna
enough.
hold up a net and
Oh,
and a glass of Yahoo.
fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Speaking of that, did you notice the people they're like zooming in on your shoes and they're noticing that you
Yes.
have like Kanye shoes and they're thinking that you're part of like his
Right.
weird stuff?
Oh, this kid is wearing Yeezys. This must be a
Right, so
dog whistle.
obviously the
Oh.
Yeezys were intentional. So a couple hours before the event, I was just walking around outside of the Microsoft Theater, the Staples Center. I
Mhm.
eventually crossed with a homeless guy. He was wearing the shoes. I thought it was a perfect opportunity. I offered him like $5, $10. I bought the shoes off of him. He saw what happened, and I think that we were both very pleased with the outcome. His shoes had made it very big, and obviously, I got the Yeezys I was intending to wear.
Yeah. Awesome. Listen, you got to help the homeless in your community, okay? Like you got to give them a hand.
Very important. I'm sure that homeless guy didn't want the Yeezys anymore after the implications.
So
You were
No, he
doing
was
him a
actually
favor.
very happy about it, but I still have them today.
I did notice there was a few people on the internet, like some smaller Twitter accounts, and they were claiming that they knew you. They were your friend, maybe an IRL friend, maybe from a Discord or something. And like, that's my bro. I've been texting him, and he's up on the stage, or like they have like a Discord chat where a bunch of people are saying he's actually doing it. So are these people that like these small accounts that are claiming to be like pals with you? Are they actually your pals?
No, they're not.
Oh shit! So you're like a lone wolf, eh?
Right, I think maybe what happened is that a couple people, might have known. I think the people on Discord, that's I think completely nonsense. I think maybe the one that has maybe a little bit of truth behind it. There was a tweet by an account, MK Ultra Money, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm not friends with any of those people, but I think that maybe they had some understanding of what I was going to do.
Right. Very good. Yes, and in fact, someone just super chatted. What is your relationship with MK Ultra Money? So,
Right, I've never actually spoken to him before the Game Awards. I think I talked to him for maybe 10 seconds after. I asked him to just post my response because there was a lot of rumors going around that I was anti-Semitic. I don't know him, and I'm not don't know him at all.
right, very good. Let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can pull up this thing that you've got, Lilith. Here, give me a moment while I try to fix this. Okay,
Right,
this
so-
this will work. This will work.
Politically, are you just like a shit poster in general? Like, are you more like a Democrat or Republican? I'm sure you probably would not never fit in either of those categories in a million years, judging from talking to you.
Right, I wouldn't say that I'm either of them. I'm actually part of a third party. The another party. A lot of people aren't knowledgeable on it, and I think that's kind of a problem with America today. It's kind of a two-party system, a two-term system. We need to get rid of all the twos.
All the twos.
Yes, it should be
Right.
just be 1, 3, 4, 5.
What are you replacing
I
them
agree.
with?
Absolutely.
Right, so the two term maximum, we'll just get rid of that. It can be unlimited. I don't think it would start any dictatorship. And I think if we look throughout history, for example, in China, they actually got rid of the maximum of 2 terms, and now they have Xi running it over there. And I think that we can look throughout history, and there will be no consequences besides positive ones.
Very true.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull. I've got this now. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I probably don't need to necessarily share my screen. It's just like a 15-second animation. There we go. Okay. So you see a lot of stuff like this floating around where it's like fan works of you. There's like fan art. There's animations of what you were doing. There's lots of fan tributes to you and and your short speech at the Game Awards. How do you
Right.
feel about all the fan art and all the fan tributes, and what do you have to say to people who really love you and what you've done?
I've only seen a couple of them. They're really cool, very cool stuff. I obviously thank you to the people. I'll probably see a little bit more in the future. I've just been very busy since the Game Awards.
Yeah, fair enough. Because there's God, the bit in the animation where you get hauled off in handcuffs, Jesus. No, man, like oops, hold on. I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. There we go, it's all fixed. Okay. Say like I occasionally will get like fan art too. Usually it's not very flattering because I'm a fat guy. They just draw like a big ball of a person. And it's like, hey, it's you, Dev. It's like, thanks guys, I appreciate it. But yeah. It's always good to like, you do something and then people like they really care about it. They genuinely enjoy what you've done. So
Right,
hold on.
it's very cool.
God, the chat is now saying free Palestine. Guys, this may not be the time. This may not be the fucking time. Here, do you want to talk about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict? You have a take on that?
No.
Good response.
Good response. Good response. So, what is your plan for next year's Game Awards? Do you have something bigger planned?
As of right now, no, and I probably will not be going back to them with the current situation.
Yep. Makes sense. Well,
Where
you
do
can
you
always
go
crash.
from here,
Hold on,
though?
you can always crash E3, I guess, because they're not going to be expecting you. Yeah.
Well,
They
it
might.
really depends with some situations.
Right. Fair enough.
Although if you announced it here, you probably ruin it. So
Yes. Yeah. Don't announce any of your plans. Okay. What were you saying? Sorry, Lilith.
before that,
Mm.
gosh, I
Oh,
just
it's
got
okay.
caught up in like the absurd
Yep.
humor in this.
Yeah. I guess at this point I kind of want to know what is your take on Monica Lewinsky then?
Right, I don't really have a take on that. I think that, Bill Clinton is a good man who might have had some things taken out of context about him. Maybe there's some lies about him, and people will call certain things proof, but I think that maybe it's a big lie.
Yeah, makes sense. You can't impeach Bill Clinton. His morals are superior. If that's the case, then I mean, Bill Clinton's kind of getting a little bit older. You can't really do politics anymore. Are you going to support the future political career of Chelsea Clinton?
No, I'm as of right now, I'm still supporting Bill, and we will go from there, obviously.
Yeah. Someone just super chatted to fix Israel and Palestine. Put Bill Clinton in charge of both. Maybe that's the way forward. That's the only way to fix it.
Right, that's what I was saying. I feel that if Bill Clinton, had never had to get out of office due to impeachment or, maximum of 2 terms, I think that Bill Clinton at this point would have conquered the world. There would have been no problems. I think there would have just been a worldwide nation with one man running it, and I think that we would be living in a big world today.
In a Bill Clinton paradise?
Definitely. I think he is the right man for it.
Yeah.
Autocracy.
A Billtocracy? Yes, I guess, you know what? I guess that's why you want to abolish the twos, right? Because if you don't have 2 terms,
Right.
you can have as many terms as you want. You can have as many Bill Clintons as you want.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are
Do
you
think
advocating?
Bill Clinton would ever die? And what would happen if he dies?
Obviously, I'm not looking forward to that. I hope that he can live a very good and very long life.
Yeah. So hold on then. Do you advocate for cloning Bill Clinton so we'll always have him around?
No.
No. Why not?
I think that Bill Clinton, doing that might defame him, might give the public a bad opinion about him, especially when he has an extremely high approval rating throughout time. As time goes on, it just keeps getting higher and higher, especially throughout the youth. His current approval rating right now is 99.8% with people under 18, and with people over 18, it's 99.79%. So very close numbers. He's a very popular man, and I think that we shouldn't defame him with people who are not the real deal.
So
It
I feel
makes
like a
sense.
clone would ruin his reputation then.
Yeah, it's not
But
the
then-
real
So
Bill
wh-
Clinton when you clone him, you know? It's like a fake
So,
Bill Clinton.
so what if you upload, like, what if you download his mind onto an Android, and it's still Bill Clinton, but now he just gets to live forever in a young
In a
robot
robot
body?
Yeah. Is that the solution?
I'm not sure. I don't think that's a solution as of right now. We don't have the technology. The technology might, however, have been here if Bill was running the world.
Yeah, true enough. Maybe we wouldn't have hit the stagnation. The 2008 financial crash and all of it, you know? Who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We missed the golden age.
Yep.
Very sad.
People are saying, though, you can always put his head in a jar like in Futurama. To keep him around like that. Maybe. Oh God, someone in the chat's like, we need billions of Bill Clintons. Bill? Okay, Jesus. I like puns
Somebody
way
asked,
too
what
much.
about Bill Cosby? He is also another Bill. How do you
I
feel
think-
about the other Bill?
I think he might be a defective Bill Cosby. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that you're not also not a Bill Cosby fan. I'll save you from that one.
You're not a Blizzard employee.
Fucking hell. Give me a second here. Let me try to pull up that last thing. There was one final thingy. God damn it. I think I've lost it. No, here it is. Here it is. Okay.
Okay.
Nope. Okay. Right. There is one thing I wanted to ask you about, if you don't mind. Let's just put
Right, no problem.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back a few topics. This is your. Actually, I'll share it with you guys so you can see it too. But you're talking on your phone, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about this. Okay. Oops. Yeah. So this is your full interview with Owen Schroyer, and
Right.
this is from your channel from 3 years ago.
Yes.
I'll sub to you right now. Sorry about that. I forgot to sub. But yeah, you're on a show called The War Room. I came on as a guest. And you interviewed me. Okay. I'm just gonna play this to the chat for maybe a minute or so. Just real
Yeah,
quick.
no problem. I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with the interview.
Okay.
I just think that maybe it might be a little boring if we watch it for too long. It's kind of just me talking with Owen
Yep.
about the stunt.
No, fair enough. I'm just gonna play it for. I'm gonna play it for about 1 minute. Okay, and then I'll
No problem.
ask you about it, just so that the chat knows what's going on.
Okay, so we've got a great guest with us now, Matan Evan. And so, guys, do we have the clip of him getting on the Jumbotron at the LA Clippers game to roll before we get him on? Let's go ahead and roll this. So in case we forgot, we remember, of course, LeBron and taking a knee for China. And, it's all about China. There's oppression in the West, and it's bad here. But, everything's cool in China. And then
Jeez, he does
the
take his time to
whole
get to it.
NBA censorship over the Hong Kong
Yeah.
issue. So Matan decided to go out, and this is real trolling, free speech,
They should've
activism,
gotten
all
some
rolled into
highlights
one at
of
the
it.
LA Clippers game. Here's the clip.
Where do you
It's
say?
Just wait.
So they have the dance cam.
So
Everybody's on the Jumbotron. He holds up the Clippers
Yeah,
jersey.
there's you.
Swish. Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong. Oh,
Oh, they moved it.
Shut the whole thing down. Oh my gosh. And so
Man.
there he was, and now here he is. Matan, thank you so much for coming on today. So okay, let's
So yeah, so that was your Hong Kong stunt. I'll just end this here real quick.
Right.
Yeah, so with regards to like you seem to have a history of doing certain things like this, right?
Right.
What draws you to these public spectacles of like trying to proclaim some sort of unorthodox statement?
All right, so obviously it depends on the situation. It's been different for all three of them. The Hong Kong stunt. I had heard about what happened. I felt bad for the people of Hong Kong. I went to the game. I had season tickets to the Clippers games. I went out. They were handing out free Hong Kong T-shirts, to people to spread awareness. I think maybe they had like 10,000 T-shirts. I got one, and I'd already kind of mastered getting onto the camera, and I realized that it was a huge game. It was the opening game of the season, a big rivalry between the Clippers and the Lakers. So when I got on, I tricked him with the Clippers T-shirt to look like I was a big fan. I quickly switched it, and then I think that it's a big platform to get on, and obviously it's been working.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I just got someone. I think he's from Israel because he gave me 20 shekels. It looks like a 20 shekel super chat. Matan is a modern Hebrew name. Are you originally from Israel?
Right, so I was not born in Israel, but I am Jewish, and I am also part Israeli.
Okay. Right.
There was another super chat.
Yeah, it's from Rosa. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So
said, tell
yeah, go
him I say thank you for making the Jeff show actually entertaining, even if it was only at the end.
ahead. Rosa's great. She's a VTuber. And yeah, to be fair, I mean, you did steal the show. Like it was kind of a boring show up until you showed up. So good job on
That
that.
Right,
wasn't
I think
entirely
honestly,
boring.
maybe
It
in
was like,
retrospect, Jeff isn't too mad about it, because I've seen only not so many positive comments on the actual show, obviously disregarding my speech at the end, and I think that it got a lot more talk, and there will probably be a lot more people watching the event next year due to this.
Actually, I've
if it wasn't
heard
for you, the event meme would have probably just been Al Pacino,
Al
aka
Pacino being old
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino. Oh yeah. Oh man, did you bump into Al Pacino in the back?
No, I didn't.
Oh okay. Oh well. Oh,
I
shit.
didn't speak to anybody in the back. I was just kind of there, and the only person I saw maybe was when I was getting escorted to the back. You can see, I forget the guy's name, but the announcer who won the award last year.
Oh,
I
Joseph
think he told
Perez.
me good job. Yeah, Joseph Perez. I think he
Yeah.
told me good job, and that I think he was kind of smiling. Maybe he liked it a little bit, and that was maybe the only person I saw.
Well, you see, I don't know. I don't know if you know anything about Joseph Perez, but he's also like kind of a troll type of guy. He was the
Right,
original guy who was saying like fuck the Oscars like 4 or 5 years
right,
ago. Yeah, so I think he appreciates those kind of stunts. There. And actually,
right.
speaking of that, I have heard that whenever they rebroadcast this or they have the official upload, they're gonna cut out your section. How do you feel about that?
Obviously it's their choice. They can do whatever they like. Obviously I would think that that might be a little bit evil. I think that I spread a good message. Obviously I didn't do anything, in my opinion. Obviously I didn't do anything physically harmful to anybody, and I think that it only gave them more attention on their awards.
Yeah, I completely agree. They should keep it in. They should keep the stream as it was the day that it happened, because that's the point of having a backlog of what's going on.
Release it uncut. Give us the uncut
The
release.
the uncut version.
Yes.
um.
The Snyder cut of the Game Awards show.
So again, without you putting yourself in any sort of legal trouble, okay? So we're gonna I want to keep you at least safe on this. But how is it that you're able to talk to me and talk to, was it Jason Schreier and some other guys? If you're in the legal trouble, like how is it that, like you must be out of jail? Obviously, you're not calling from prison.
Right. So again, I'm not too sure exactly what I can say, but obviously, I still have freedom of speech to an extent, especially from my own household. Obviously, some things are kind of prohibited, I'm assuming, which is why I'm kind of not saying anything on the legal part. But
Yep.
I think doing interviews, kind of just talking about what happened, is obviously okay.
Yep. Have you retained a lawyer to deal with anything that might happen?
No.
Okay. All right.
People are gonna say you're not a real Jew for this.
Oh, fuck. Listen, Listen, I want to stay out of the really crazy Jew jokes. Okay, normally I don't, but oh god, someone is saying release the uncircumcised version. Jesus Christ, guys, come on. Fucking hell.
The non-Gentile version.
The non-Gentile.
Somebody commented. So, how did you feel about the other moments of the game show? Like, how do you feel about the flute guy or the Kratos speech?
I was in the same seat the whole time. Obviously, I didn't go to the bathroom or anything. I didn't want to risk it, so I watched all of it. I don't really have that good of a memory on it because I wasn't really focusing on what was happening. It didn't really matter to me. But I thought they did a good job.
Okay, so you're a man with a goal, and
Man with a goal.
you had your eyes on a prize. You wanted to,
Yes.
you had your mind set on doing one thing, and that's spreading the message of the Rabbi
Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Right, reformed Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Yes.
Yes.
Reformed
yes.
Orthodox Rabbi. Very, very true.
So what does reformed mean in this case? Because I'm not Jewish. I don't know the Jewish lingo.
Right, so reformed is like used commonly to refer to Jews who are not religious, who kind of take different standings on it, and then obviously Orthodox is referred to Jews who are religious. And I think the problem is if you look up the definition of a rabbi, you can see that it's kind of a little bit shaky, because it's just a term of someone, and there you can find definitions where it says somebody who is knowledgeable on Jewish text, especially the Torah. And I think that if we look at that and assuming that Bill Clinton is a Christian, which also includes the Torah, we can see that he is probably knowledgeable on it. I think that I've seen pictures of him in Israel. I think I've seen pictures of him with a kippah on. I think he had a personal rabbi. So with that being said, I think he can also be considered a rabbi. And with that being said, he's obviously not religious, so he would be reformed. But also, I think he does hold the values of Christianity, so he would be also Orthodox.
I see.
Wouldn't that
I
also
see.
make George Bush or Obama and Donald Trump a rabbi too?
No.
No.
But they were also in Israel with the hat on. And at the
The
wall.
hat.
Right, but they're not on the same level as Bill, and they do not merit that much respect, especially from the Jewish community.
Right.
That's
right.
true. They probably can't even read the Torah.
Exactly.
So, what I have been looking up, just a little bit, is the idea that Bill Clinton has like a private secret rabbi. Some people are saying that is an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory, and that's what they're using to hit you over the head with this label that you are an anti-Semite when you're clearly not. But they say that this is like a conspiracy theory. So what do you say to that?
Right, I'm not implying that he has a secret rabbi. I'm not too knowledgeable on whether he actually does have a public rabbi or what the whole situation with that is. I just saw a couple of pictures of him standing next to a rabbi, and I was kind of assuming that was public information. Obviously, it could be tampered with, but I think the point it doesn't matter. From what I've seen, he's a Christian. He probably has a decent idea of what's going on. So I would consider him a rabbi, and I would consider him also Reformed and Orthodox.
Very good.
Both at the same time. Very
Yeah.
good.
I'm gonna just pull this up here. Okay. Here, I gotta say this kind of quietly, just so that nobody else in the house hears me. Okay. So, I'm not Jewish, right? But I have a Jewish girlfriend. Is that okay by you? That we're doing some race mixing?
Yes, it's all good.
Great, excellent. Thank you for the good to go symbol. Excellent. No, there are some Jews who really don't like that.
Right. I think that if you are religious, obviously, Jews have to marry Jews. I think that obviously, if you're not, your kid will still be Jewish regardless if the mother is Jewish.
That's right, because it passes through the mother, doesn't it? In the Jewish point of view, I forgot about that for a while.
Yes.
If you have a kid with her, that kid will be a Jew.
Right. Okay, yeah. Someone in the chat asks, "Did you take inspiration from Spy X Family, the TV show, to pull this stunt?"
I've actually never heard of that, so
Oh,
obviously
really? Okay.
not.
Something similar happened in that, I suppose. I've only seen the first episode of it. I couldn't get into it. I know everyone likes that show right now, but
I've
yeah.
been watching it lately. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like there's layers to it.
Fair enough.
If anything, I would say that most of my inspiration was taken by myself and through my brain.
Yes, of course. So, have you actually? I know that you're not. Of course, you're not part of any sort of alt right nonsense. Of course. But did you watch the whole shit show with Kanye and Nick Fuentes on Alex Jones? Do you know what that drama is all about?
Right, I did see Kanye over there. Obviously, it was he had some interesting comments, not a lot of good ones. And obviously, I think Nick Fuentes holds similar beliefs. I haven't watched a lot of it, just kind of from what I've heard in a couple of clips I've seen it. Obviously, I do not stand with what Kanye said.
Right, of course. That being said, though, how do you feel about the Black Israelite movement?
I would have to get more knowledge about it.
Okay, the TLDR is that there's a tribe of Jewish people from, let's say, the South who ended
Right,
up
I
being
have
black.
I have an idea of the movement. It's just
Okay, yeah.
I would like to maybe do more research myself before making a statement.
All right, nope, completely understood, completely reasonable. Completely reasonable. Chat immediately. Daz right. God damn it. God fucking damn it, guys. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I think I've gone through most of the questions that I've had written down. Do you have? Hold on. Do you have anything to say, Lilith? So,
I had a list, but I think you already went through most of it.
We went through most of them. $5 from Kevin. Thanks for the $5, man. This kid is legit. On his Twitter, he has a backlog of videos on Hong Kong. If you look, he has a work history instead of being just a few viral moments. That's true. I do hope you keep it up.
I do have a question you haven't asked yet.
Okay. Yep.
So, you were up on that stage, and you could have said anything. And
right.
So, why not make a statement about Hong Kong or Taiwan?
Right.
If it was really important for
I've
you.
seen that question before. I've got asked that a couple of times in interviews. There's a couple of responses. For one, I think that question is kind of a fallacy, indicating some things that obviously are not true. And another one is that just because I've said free Hong Kong and I still support the movement doesn't mean that every single thing I ever do has to be associated with it. And I just didn't think it was the right moment either. I'd kind of planned this a week before, and I thought that Bill Clinton was very appropriate considering he was snubbed from the awards.
So you're just taking like a new direction then. Instead of Hong Kong, you're just a Bill Clinton kid now.
Well, obviously I still support them, and we will see where this takes me.
Okay. How would you feel if China invades Taiwan in the future?
Ooh.
I'm more knowledgeable, obviously, on the situation with Hong Kong more than the Taiwan situation, but I definitely do support Taiwan.
Very based.
Very based. Let's see here. So, $5 from Samuel. Wait, is Bill Clinton Reform or Orthodox? I'm so confused. How does this work? Sounds like he's
right.
both.
So, Bill Clinton, if you change the definition a little bit, kind of mix them together, you can be seen as a Reformed Orthodox rabbi.
Right. $5 from Rift Person. I have to say, I busted out laughing at your segment, my guy. You have my respect. Yeah. There's a lot of people out there who want to see, like, your life get destroyed because of this, right? So, they're like, listen, it doesn't matter whether or not he truly believes some weird conspiracy theory shit or not. It doesn't matter if he's trolling or if it's a prank. None of that matters. We want this kid's head on a platter. We want his life destroyed. And it's like, you guys got to calm the fuck down. Like, you're 15. You said the idea that you shouldn't be able to get a job when you're 25 or 30 over this is ridiculous to me. Some of these people on the internet, like they're bloodthirsty for you.
Yeah, it just seems like a mostly harmless prank to people.
Right.
Like,
I think
some people would
a
say,
lot of
like,
people, obviously, not to interrupt you, but I think a lot of people out there, obviously hold evil intentions for some sort of benefit. Maybe they want clout. Maybe they just want to be part of the situation. I don't think I will have too many problems in the future in terms of a job and that type of stuff. But obviously, I will hope this doesn't affect me in a negative way.
Yeah, Reset Era is calling you dangerous. You're a dangerous element. Yeah. Damn. Some people just live online, They can't they think things that happen online are it's like the most serious, and it's like, go outside and touch some fucking grass, guys. Come on.
Right.
there are also people who just think like any references to Jewish people, even if you are Jewish yourself, like,
Yeah.
is it itself an anti-Semitic reference or a dog whistle?
Right. It definitely wasn't, and I think a lot of people may be insinuating that it was a dog whistle, or saying that, maybe thinking that I am a part of some sort of groups on websites like Reddit, Discord, 4chan. I actually don't really use any of those websites or apps, and I kind of just came up with this myself.
I've heard people call you a groiper or like a insidious alt-right troll.
Yeah.
And
it's nuts.
Yeah. How do you feel about Nick Fuentes?
Right. So I would say, for one, I'm not a groiper. I'm not alt-right. And I would also say that I'm not a troll. Again, this was a very sincere and genuine message.
Of course.
And then, I'm not exactly that knowledgeable on Nick Fuentes, but, I would probably say that a lot of what he says is not the best.
Yep, of course. $5 from Kung Fu Master. Thanks, buddy. If you had the opportunity to talk to Bill Clinton, what would you say if you could talk to him directly?
I would just ask to shake his hand, maybe have a conversation with him, see if there's any campaigning I could do for him. Try to, get some good comments from him, maybe spread the news. Maybe it will make a bigger moment again. And then I think Bill Clinton would be very happy with this, especially, we will get him unimpeached, and we will get him back as the president.
I hope it works out for you, man. That would be great.
Yeah. How would you feel if Bill Clinton offered to adopt you as his due son?
I don't know legally how that could be done, but I'd be very excited.
Jesus Christ.
They could make a movie off of that.
Okay. Holy fuck.
Matan in the house.
Matan in the... Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Okay, Jesus. Oh. All right. I'm just going to scroll back up to one of the super chats. I think we missed a super chat. Let's see. Well, maybe we didn't. Nope. You didn't. Gosh, I thought we had missed a question, but we didn't. Okay. So, like I said, I have gone through my list of questions, and Lilith, if you don't have any more yourself, I guess the last thing to ask Matan is what can you tell us about the future of Matan Evan? What else do you have planned? What else do you want to say?
Right. Thank you. I think going from here, I would like to, obviously, I think I said this earlier, I would like to talk to people like Hassan, people like Vosh, Destiny. I would, I will probably try to get in contact with college professors, have sit-down debates and talks with them. And then obviously I will see where I go from this. I don't know what will come up in the future, but we will see. And if anybody wants to keep updated with it, in the description is linked my Twitter and my Twitch, and that is where I will give updates and be streaming from.
Yeah, so you
Actually,
plan to...
I do have a question.
Oh,
Would you go back to InfoWars and be interviewed by Alex Jones if given a chance.
Alex Jones himself.
Yes. Because
Uh,
you didn't get to talk
no
to Alex
comment.
Jones last time. Okay.
No comment.
No
Okay.
comment.
Guess we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Oh yeah, someone gave $2. How did your parents and friends react to this?
You know, I think they were mostly happy with the situation. It was a good thing, and I think a lot of them obviously support the Bill Clinton message.
Right. So you didn't get grounded or anything for pulling something like this off. My parents would have grounded me. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, my parents would have freaked
Right.
the fuck out.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, like when I was kind of goofing around as a kid, I got away with a lot of it though, right? Yeah.
How
My
do you
parents
feel
didn't
about-
notice anything. No, go ahead.
How do you feel about How do you feel about Joe Biden, and how does he stack up against Bill Clinton?
Well, I would say that in general, nobody really sticks up to Bill Clinton. Not even myself. He's kind of on a tier of his own, and I think Joe Biden is the current president of the United States.
He is indeed the current president of the United States.
I mean, he's like half president right now, but I know what you mean.
He's not fully there.
He's not fully there. He's not fully there. $5 from Brett. I'm surprised there's no Homeworld 2 joke since his name is similar to Matan. I don't know anything about Homeworld 2, man. Sorry, I don't get the reference. However, $5 from Rosa, who's a friend of mine. Matan, would you be interested in doing a karaoke stream with a VTuber? Now, keep in mind, she's a cute VTuber girl, so that might entice you.
I'm not exactly sure. What that means. Obviously, I would have to look into it. Obviously, for any interviews and stuff, you can. People will message me on my Twitter or the email I've linked in my my Twitter bio.
Sounds
Okay.
good. Sounds good. Yeah,
Do you watch anime?
Yeah, Rosa, I don't think that snake girls are kosher. Sorry.
That's maybe.
Hmm.
Like, I don't think. How do you feel about anime, Matan?
I don't watch it.
What about cartoons?
I generally don't really watch too much television or anime, video games, or anything like that.
So
No?
what do you do for fun?
Yeah.
I'm thinking a lot of the time. I'm trying to come up with new ways to entice the grabbuck movement.
What is that?
I have no idea.
All right. I'm sure it's something you'll figure out as you go.
Right. Maybe next time I will have a better idea of what I just said.
Yeah, why not?
But yeah, so I mean, unless I think we've exhausted all the questions. I've gone through my list. Lilith, it sounds like you've gone through your list. The chat occasionally has like goofy ones, but we'll have to see. So yeah, I guess the last thing to say then is you're going to try and continue on and make it as a streamer or as some other sort of influencer or personality. I do wish you luck in that, because you, by the way, you do have a talent for this, like you're very good.
Right.
$2 from Kevin right at the end. Do you have a team doing this, or is it just you? I'm pretty sure it's just you.
Right. So all of this is done by myself. I do have somebody helping me kind of just set up interviews and stuff like that. But all of all of my speeches, all of my my ideas are my own.
Right. Okay, I think that brings us to the end of our talk. I mean, it's about an hour. An hour is a pretty good length of time for an interview, so that's pretty good.
Yep. Thank you for coming on. And people are telling you to stay away from Vaush.
Stay away from Vaush. Stay away. He has weird takes on the age of consent. Don't do it. Listen.
Horses.
Listen, if you talk to Vaush, you're going to be a girl in about a year, okay? Now, this is something you're into. You might want to not. I'm just joking, obviously.
Oh, do you know who Sam Hyde is?
Oh, God, you and Sam Hyde. Yes.
Yes, I do know Sam Hyde.
Yeah.
Is
excellent.
Is he somebody you look up to? You take somebody you take inspiration from?
Not really, but I would talk to him if I had the chance.
Okay.
You know what? If you manage to talk to Destiny, get Destiny to hook you up with Sam Hyde, because Sam Hyde's hard to get a hold of, but Destiny has the contact. So,
Okay.
and actually,
Oh.
I actually might be able to message Destiny if you want to talk to him. So maybe I'll put in a good word for you if you need it.
Right. I'm actually trying to get a hold of him right now. I'm not exactly sure how I can contact him, but I am trying to figure it out.
His Discord
That could
DMs are
probably
open.
set
Yeah,
you up.
his Discord DMs
Like,
are open, and I can ask him if he's interested. If you like, I'll
Right.
put in a
That'd be
good word.
great.
Sure thing.
Oh, actually, I do have one more question.
Okay, all right, Lilith, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
How will you celebrate Hanukkah? Because it is the season.
All right. It's coming up soon. I will light a couple candles.
Okay. Are you gonna receive any gifts
Wait,
from
only
your
a couple?
parents?
I'm not sure about the gifts. I will definitely try to take some money, and I will buy definitely some food for rabbit dogs.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, there's a Jewish guy in the chat. He's been here all fucking day, and he's been spamming this question. Jesus. Hey, Dev, ask him if he will revive Itzhak Rabin. What the fuck is that?
I think that was some sort of Israeli politician. I'm not really too knowledgeable on Israeli politics.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe Bill Clinton will revive him for you.
I think if all goes right, we will not have any Israeli politics. It will just be Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton based.
Only Bill.
Only Bill.
Only Monica.
Bill.
Bill.
All right, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
taking an hour out of your day to come and do this. I highly appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
What you did was masterclass, excellent, and I highly encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, because you do have a talent at what you're doing right now. So keep it up, man.
Okay, thank
Yep.
you guys.
Can't
Have a
wait to
good
see
one.
what your next stunt will be.
Yeah.
Thank you to all of the people obviously who watched today. Check out my socials in the description, and have a good
Yep.
night, guys.
Yep. See you later.
All right.
See you, man.
See ya.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to admit, I didn't know that he was gonna do it like in person, like in character.
Yeah, in character. But I figured that's probably what he was gonna aim for, because he seems that seems to be what people from Polygon and Game Rent received when they got the interview with him.
When I recall seeing with Jason Schreier when he talked to him, he was like, he stayed in character for the interview, and also Jason Schreier is also Jewish, so Jason Schreier told him like a Hebrew joke, and he got it, and he responded in Hebrew.
Okay.
So yeah. Someone's saying that's not in character. That's real. I'm pretty sure it's a character. Like here's the thing. Like if you can talk to Sam Hyde, right? And Sam Hyde will actually, like, he broke character for a conversation with Destiny. But Sam Hyde spends a lot of his time in character.
Yeah, his entire deal with during iDubbbz was just spent entirely in character.
Yeah, and like the whole Hassan, like challenging Hassan to a fight thing, entirely in character. Yeah. Pull up his Twitter. He has a normal. Oh yeah, here's the thing. Like, if you want here, so I'll pull this back up just real quick. Okay, here's his Twitter account, and yeah, see, this is the interview he did with Neon Sniper Panda, which is another channel. He did this interview. It looks like he did this one in person. I guess they're both in like San Francisco or LA or wherever they are. Let's scroll here. That's actually some excellent artwork. Holy shit. Damn. But here. So yeah, here's him a year and a half ago, okay?
Come back to another video. In today's
Yeah.
video, I'm going to be talking about some of the worst Hong Kong police brutality moments. If you want to see an extended version, press the link in the tweet so you can watch.
So, like, clearly his voice has gotten deeper as puberty has advanced, but he's also speaking very normally there without the accent. So, like, clearly, like, he had previous trolls that he was doing, and now his current troll requires an accent, so you're probably only going to see an accent from this kid for a while. But still, though, you know, good on him, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is the kind of thing that I could have seen myself doing when I was 15 if the internet had allowed for it. Like, the internet was around back when I was 15, but there was no YouTube yet. It was all, like, text-based stuff. And I'm like, okay, the people who are vilifying this kid for what he did, whether they think he's actually like some kind of alt-right, some kind of alt-right person, or he's actually anti-Semitic, or they think that he's just like a punk kid troll who needs to be punished for what he fucking did by going on the stage and speaking. Like, either way, like, yeah, okay.
If anything, the people who this should be on should be like the security of the show, really.
Yeah, obviously,
because they're the people who messed this up.
But I guess what I mean though is like everyone who's saying this, like, you're all like older millennials who've completely forgotten what it was like to be a teenager and to like pull off pranks with your friends, you know? Like we all of us have done some sort of a prank when we were a kid. Even some of the better behaved kids, they have like something they do, you know? They get away with something. It's part of being a kid, you know? I don't blame him in the slightest.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is lucky. He is lucky that the security didn't fucking like just tackle him and boot fuck him though. Like, Jesus. Holy
shit. Be like the Homer backstage like getting punched by security meme.
Yeah.
But then again, he is a kid, so it's like it would look pretty bad if they actually like roughed him up at all. So, and I'm glad they didn't. He's just a kid just playing a prank and like enjoying his 15-minute of fame, and I hope he does continue to do more in the future, so he could use this to build off of it.
Zen Chan is in the chat. He's a friend of mine. He says, "I'm not gonna lie. I think it's really irresponsible to platform him right now. This kid's future could be ruined." Here's the thing. That I mentioned that earlier, right? Like, you know, imagine 15 years down the line. Let's say this kid is like working in as like a video game developer. He's never going to the Game Awards, like, and that would fuck him over hard, right? So I understand that point of view, you know, like
I don't know about that. It could be hilarious if he was invited anyway.
Yeah, like maybe if it becomes like a really big deal, he could. But you know what I mean, though. Like sometimes, the example I gave in my video was Sarah Jong. Sarah Jong was making like racist jokes in high school on the same Twitter account that she was working for the New York Times on, and she lost her job over it. And it's like, well, I can laugh at Sarah Jong because she's like a wokeoid. Her political faction kind of wanted these rules to be in place, these canceling rules, so it's kind of backfiring on her now. But in general, though, that shouldn't be the rule. You know, you shouldn't have to be living with the sword of Damocles over your head because of a joke you pulled when you were 14 or 15 or 16 years old as an adult.
Absolutely.
You know.
I
Dev,
think
used to watch Backcast.
Internet is forever nature has kind of ruined some things, whereas it's like kids can no longer just be kids, and people can't just make like a comment like years ago and be like, just be like a thing they said, just be a silly thing they did back then. It's just
But here's the thing, though: if he makes it as like doing some sort of content creation, if he's like making characters doing like a Borat style thing, if he does that, I think he'll actually find a lot of success, and he should do that because he's pretty funny. You know, he knows what's going on. He knows how to be funny. So maybe he should like start pursuing, you know, making a YouTube or something over the course of the next few years. Man, if I had that like head start, if I started like YouTube in high school, fuck, it would have been amazing rather than starting it like in my late 20s. Jesus Christ.
I think it was also pretty smart of him to do this interview in character, really, because like if anything comes back to him, it's just like you could just say it's like a character, just like how like Sacha Baron Cohen playing Borat or Bruno.
Yep.
It's just like there's just it's just a character.
It's just a character, man. Yeah. Yeah, Xavier
Although I do
says,
think like lots of people don't like the absurdism. Like, people want to know, ooh, what does it mean?
mhm.
What does it mean?
Well,
They-
the issue is ultimately, yeah, I completely agree with you. By the way, I completely agree with you. But the issue is ultimately is that like that whole fascism is incoherent, fascism is contradictory, like that point of view, that has brain rotted so many fucking people that they think jokes are fascist at this point, or like
yeah.
they're like alt right or something. It's like calm the
Or
fuck down
joke
with
has
that
to have like a
nonsense.
completely definitive punchline. No room for open interpretation.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, Spooky. I'm gonna mod Spooky too. Spooky, where are you? Here, have a wrench. There you go, buddy. Don't abuse any of the wrenches, you cucks. But yeah. Wait. Oh, someone. Yeah.
Like I
Wait,
do,
hold on.
even though he's playing like a character, I do believe he's like I do believe he's telling the truth when he's like saying he's Jewish and that he's not an anti-Semite. Like he did like definitively say like he's not like a fan of Nick Fuentes or the
Yeah.
comments Kanye made.
Yeah. True enough.
And I think it's more like 80% character and then like 20% like telling the world like, wait, I'm not actually like a super Nazi like Groiper like
Mhm.
milkshake duck.
Yeah. Milkshake duck. From Kevin, $2. You may change his character for a few years. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, he might.
So, this is a shorter TubCast, and the reason is because tomorrow we're doing another TubCast, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. So, we'll be back tomorrow because we're gonna talk to Dylan Burns again, and the reason why is because the last time we spoke, it was just like a fucking shit show. We're actually gonna wring some war stories out of that guy, so we'll do a second TubCast
Yes.
tomorrow. I think it's time for us to take off though. We'll go raid Arch, so everyone go over to Arch's chat. Oh, thanks Tidge for the rejoin of the $5 club. This stream will go raid Arch after this, so I want everyone to go in there and post coffee cups and sips, guys. Coffee cups and sips. The coffee
Yes.
emoji goes to. I'll do the you thing
guys
as well.
to all overdose on caffeine.
Yeah.
I'm joking, obviously.
Do it. Yeah, everyone post coffee cups and sips when we go over to Arch's. Just drop into Arch's for a few minutes, all right? And just spam his chat with that shit, okay? And however, I actually am going to do the Yi thing as well, Zaber. That is going to come up, but not tomorrow. Maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday. So yeah, come back tomorrow. I'm also probably going to stream some games tonight if you want to come by and maybe like 3 hours or so. But come back tomorrow for that stream. All right. Listen, Vanilla Queen.
Also, might
Just wait.
stream either today or tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're
for
streaming
video
on your
games.
Twitch, right? Yeah.
Yeah, on my Twitch.
Yep.
You can link it or something.
Yep, I think it's in the description. I think.
I think you just have my Twitter.
Oh, your Oh, okay. Well, it should be
Yeah.
the same thing, right? It's twitch.tv/Lilith Lovett. Yeah, and I'll be at the Short Fire Otaku Twitch as well. So those are the channels. But let's go raid Arch. Hold on. Someone says, "Sorry, man, I'm watching Stitch Anime." Is Stitch Anime streaming on Saturday now too? Jesus Christ, guys, calm the fuck down. I was actually
take away every bit of your views.
every fucking day. Here's the thing. I was actually supposed to go on EFAP today, but it turns out that they're gonna get me on for a different show. Just this topic wasn't quite right for me. We talked about it. It's like, yeah, I'll go on the next one. So I will be on
pre-kicked
EFAP
you.
at some point. What? They
They
pre-kicked?
pre-kicked you.
No, Mahler's a good guy. I'll be on his channel soon, and someday we'll have him on ours too. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I like Waller. I would like to talk to him at some point in the future.
yeah,
Be
he's
cool.
great. Okay, so we'll see you. I'll see you later tonight. Maybe you can see me on my channel, Lilith and Lilith's channel tonight, or tomorrow. Come back tomorrow for the Dylan Burns convo. Let's go raid Arch, guys.
Come
See
back
you later.
tomorrow or watch everywhere.
Yeah. Just
Thank you, guys.
watch. Yeah, just watch all the time, every moment, because I'm doing something everywhere.
Yes,
Okay.
always.
All right, see you later, guys. Thanks.
Take care.